The Chipmunk Terran starts to the bottom right of the map in red, down a game against his opponent. We have
MVP Noblesse.
Street Fighter Voice is back. And his opponent to the top left. The Startail player, the Zerg with the lead in the series. It is
Startail Gordon.
Well, this is going to be a double barracks opening by Noblesse. But he sees the Overlord, he checks for it first, so he's going to pick the barracks location to be somewhere far away from that. That was really smart by him. He also knows with this that there's no drone scout, so he is going to be able to get away with this. This is really smart and really carefully done by Noblesse. I haven't seen a 2 barracks opening in a while. This is so well done by Noblesse.
This is also very, very dangerous. I want to know if Golden is now going straight into the pool or if he takes gas before pool as he did in the last game and tries to play this greedy.
Yeah.
Because you're right, without a drone scout, there is just no way for Golden to scout this in time.
He's going to have to find out where Noblesse is burying his acorns right now, man.
And here we go. 2 drones, 2 additional ones. Will he take the gas first?
We're going to find out in just a moment. 2 more drones and gas first.
There we go. Takes the gas first.
This delays his pool so significantly.
1 additional drone also being built.
Noblesse is red Golden's openings, and he is trying to punish him for it. There's the pool.
Okay, now we have the pool, but he still has no idea what's coming.
But the Overlord will see this weird SCV position on the way he comes in here, and he's going to have to be very suspicious about that.
Yeah, this SCV, that's something where you realize, okay, something is not right here. The SCV should not come from this location.
He should come from the. He should have tried to go from the north if he was going to send the SCV like that.
There is no reason for the SCV to be there, so he has to know by now.
Yep, and 2 more Marines coming down. The bunker is started. He has not pulled a single drone. He doesn't even have an Overlord to spot. I think he's just clueless.
He doesn't have to pull the drones right now. He can wait a little bit longer, and he wants to. He wants to delay it for as long as possible, but he didn't build any additional drones. He knows that he needs Zerglings now. And now he has to commit. He needs to get a Spine Crawler, in my opinion. That would be the safest option that he has. And he also, as you said, he has to pull Harvesters before the bunker is done, but he does not.
Yeah, he just lets it finish.
Well, okay.
I mean, Noblesse isn't even using all of his Marines. That was kind of weird, but now he's going to send them in and start probably a second bunker.
He's going for speed, so he could try to run past. That's one option that he has. Second bunker would be a good choice for Noblesse.
I think you should make a second bunker that's in range of the destructible plates and make it so, of course, it's also in the range of the hatchery. And so then he can try to make a wall at the bottom of the ramp, because he's got to realize that that's the one thing that Golden can do here is just bust out.
He goes for a Baneling Nest. With the gas that he has, he can go for the Baneling Nest and now try to pull this around. That's something that Lino did in the past.
And he's going for the bricks, destructible plates here. If he can clear those up and make a wall, that would probably just end the game for Golden.
I don't think that he can pull this off. The question for Noblesse is now, when should I move back? Because he can't hold this for too long when he's up against this many units. And Noblesse needs to realize here, well, my opponent didn't even try to take this down, so what is he doing? He has several options. He can either just try to go for a 1-base play, or he can try to kill my contain. And he didn't start doing anything against the bunker.
Yeah.
Throwing down the second bunker now?
It's a bit late, you know, and he doesn't even have a wall at home, Calder, so I'm a little bit skeptical about this.
Well, he's still in a position where he can pull this off. He's building the command center back at home, and he's walling off with it. But he needs to get those barracks back in position.
He needs to target these Banes. He needs to target them down right now.
There we go, and the Banelings are moving in, taking down the bunker, and now the big problem for Noblesse is he has nothing back at home. There's not a single Marine.
His barracks are not even lifted.
Exactly, and that's why I said earlier, he should move back with his units, or at least take those few barracks back, because now his entire wall is completely open. What Golden is going to do now is he's going to move additional Banelings and trying to bust his way in, and he's actually picking even off all of those Marines that were on the way back.
You just make Banelings right now, and he's going to face an empty bunker. All he has to do is break 1 depot, then not waste his Banelings, and this game is over.
The resources, and there they are. He only needs 4. Could build a 5th if he's super safe, and that's what he does. You need 4 Banelings to bust down a supply depot. 5 if one of them is being picked off, of course.
He does not get the hatchery started because there are 2 Marines there, which are also going to kill an Overlord, but I don't know if Noblesse is going to survive this, to be honest.
He needs more Zerglings, though. Gold needs a few more Zerglings. But if he takes down those 2 supply depots, then suddenly Noblesse will be completely supply blocked.
He will finally also be able to make the hatchery. I thought he was going to go committed to this, but he's really just Is he even just, he's like gonna just walk away here? I don't know. There he goes.
Now it's too late.
Yeah, I love it.
It's too late now. With the double barracks that is enforcing the wall, he can't bust in. He doesn't have enough units, and he decided to go into drone production. So I don't think he's even going to attempt to do it. I think he's just going to sit tight here, trying to delay second base for as long as possible. He made the decision to not completely commit to the attack. He could have. He could have built more Zerglings. The problem is, of course, that he only has one base, so the production is limited. But he decided to go into drones and get his third and his natural again.
He could still, if he wants to, just break the depots and then, you know, supply block them, but I don't even think it's worth it at this
really.
point. I mean, that's way too many extra depots, so it doesn't matter really if he kills them.
When you have the Banelings at the bottom, it's much more difficult for the Terran player to break through because he needs to go down with something. And speed is already there, so Hellions will be surrounded or will be in danger of being surrounded. And if you go down with the Marines and the Zerglings cut off the retreat path, block the ramp and the Banelings roll in, you don't have anything left. So the Banelings at the bottom are actually a really smart choice.
I like it. It's very cautious and careful here. Golden could have tried to end the game, but he decides to play a late game. He's up in this series.
Look how long he delays this natural. Yes, at this... that was smart though.
That was really well scouted though by Golden.
That was smart. I mean, I have to say, Noblesse, that was a very, very smart decision to try to sneak down there and build that bunker. But now we have... This is going to be interesting right now. Now the Marines come down and it's not going to be easy for them.
Yeah, he has to basically like hug the wall. But if he hugs the wall, he has nowhere to run against the Banelings. He splits well here.
Yeah, moving in.
That was a great split.
He doesn't have speed for them yet. Now we have speed also being researched for the Overlords again. I feel like he could have delayed the expansion a little bit longer than he did, but he already did a good job. Expansion up at 10 minutes.
He was too far from the ramp, you know, with his Banelings. That's how Noblesse got down there.
What's going to happen right now is that Golden's lava production is going to kick in. He needs to have those queens ready, and he has 3 of them, 1 for each hatchery. The hatches are just being done, so now he can dedicate all the resources that he banked up, 500 in total, to the drone production, and that's something that we most likely will see. Because with the distance on the map, and with the information that Golden has, he knows that every move out from the Terran player, he will spot early enough to go into units. But he's actually... And Golden is so sneaky. I love this. He's droning up, but he's also building a lot of Zerglings because he expects Noblesse to play greedy right now, and he thinks that Noblesse thinks that he's gonna just go for all these 3 bases. So it's just mind games going on right now. I love this.
It's very smart what he's doing. Also, with all these links, he can continue to pressure the natural if he wants to.
Could you please have a look if the 3rd base was scouted with the scanner, or was it only the natural?
I will check that for you. He does not see the 3rd base at all.
He saw the natural though, and here come those Zerglings. Golden.
A little bit of hesitation there.
Yeah, 32 links on the map. This is actually dangerous.
He showed a lot of those links too. I'm a little bit surprised Noblesse is walking this far out. He's about to get surrounded and killed with those links. 18
more links, Wolf. 1-1 on the way. Lair nearly done. Both of them playing a very aggressive style. I love this.
He's baiting Noblesse out here. He's intentionally showing a small number of Zerglings and drawing the Marines out. This is so smart. Now he's hidden the rest of these links. He can just surround and make a sandwich.
It's a really smart play. We started with the 11-11, and once again the same problem.
And with the bunkers there, of course, he doesn't commit, but he's really just he's got Noblesse on his leash right now.
Yeah, he forces Noblesse back, but this game started with an 11-11, and Golden decided to just simply completely forgo any kind of defense. He was like, well, you're gonna kill my natural, that's fine. I have gas already, I go into speed, I get my Banelings out there, and then let's see how you actually work with this.
We have a Hydra Den now, so he can just do a Roach Hydra attack after this if he wants to. He does not catch the Marines on the map. Noblesse started to figure out what was going on and pulled his Marines back.
I'm a bit surprised that we see... Okay, he cancels both after it was scouted. This is... this
games
is
after games
awesome.
here.
He goes for Spire, Roachborn, Hydra Den, gets scouted, cancels one of his tech choices, and follows up with the other one. It's like, these are so many mind games. Guys, this is just such a beautiful game when it comes down to the strategies of the players. Those Mutalisks, they will completely bounce at Noblesse if he doesn't scan the main base again.
Well, what's really interesting to me is that he has not, if I'm not mistaken, started combat shields. He doesn't have that on the way. That's obviously a lot of resources he can't just dump out for free, but he's making a siege tank. Noblesse is scared right now, as he should be. We are going to have a massive Baneling attack at his 3rd base. He's got no walls up. He's starting to get it set up, but it's not ready yet. And he's got pure Marines with no combat shields against this many Lings and Banelings.
This is just mind everywhere. We go in and the first bunker is gone. Now the Banelings are there. The speed is not done, but there is no micro. Only the pickup with a one medivac. All the Marines that were still there are neglected and die, and the SCVs will suffer the same fate.
Oh, they certainly will. He doesn't even waste his Banelings on them because he knows the Lings alone can take care of them. He needs to be careful of those Banelings rolling forward, though, towards the bunker.
Oh, wow. Noblesse is pulling a bit of a killer here. Baby Bye-Bye is going down to all those few SCVs, and now the Banelings with a speed upgrade run in. The Mutalisks on the way.
And all he needs is those Mutas to pick off the siege tanks, and then he can kill Noblesse. I mean, Noblesse is in a position where now he's mining off 2 bases only against a Zerg player who has 3 Saturate bases at 72 drones. He's even making a 4th base, and Golden doesn't have to kill him here, but he will definitely keep poking.
And some people will just look at the production tab and will be wondering, what siege tanks? Why? The reason is he scouted Roach Hydra. So he prepares for Roach Hydra. He's getting siege tanks, but he can't use them against the Mutalisks because Golden cancelled the Hydra and the Roach one and went straight into Spire. And this is just perfect mind games everywhere. 25 Harvesters killed already. Maybe the drop play? No. With the Zerglings
spotted
position,
by
not even
3 Overlords on its way through.
And this is why you always have to get that one Viking. Which is, of course, in this scenario a little bit different because of how we started. This was not a normal build, this was an 11-11. But the Mutalisks are there, there is no turret in sight, and Noblesse is looking at this is like, what? When did you build those?
And this is just terrible. He's going to lose so many SCVs in his main base, a little bit of weird boosting going on over here. He's even going to delay some depots, which is more annoying than it seems. And oh, he even wasted a stim there. That was not going to kill his Muse.
4 bases for Golden. The Mutalisks are chasing down one of the medivacs. Why are they not dropped Marines? Finally. There we go.
He's microing so many different things right now, as he has to be, because
you're right.
Golden is just not stopping with the aggression. Now runs in here.
He's dropping at the natural too. Now he runs in here. The siege tanks, of course, are not the best choice against this. Widow Mines would have been better. They are the choice of most of the Terran players, but the information that Noblesse had, whether he was acting on, were completely different.
He's trying to get the burrow upgrade for his Acorns, but he's... I mean, he doesn't even have any right now. He's got 0. He hasn't even made a single one. So Noblesse is trying to stabilize by turtling here and getting his 2-2 out, but 2-2 is ahead for Golden.
Yeah. And now we have the transition into the Widow Mine, since Noblesse has, of course, realized that he was tricked. He's going for the drill upgrade. And, well, the Marines are good against the Mutalisks, but the targeting is not great. And all of those guys will die. The reinforcements running in. Nice pickup here. But most of the units already dead.
Yeah, very last-minute pickup there. He should be able to kill his medevac with the Muse if he wants to in the middle on the watchtower. A few indecisive Muse there. Now he's just going to run in and do it with Lings.
Noblesse just did not expect this game. With the 11-11 being like successful, taking down the natural, this is not something that he expected to find himself in.
This definitely not. Big stem here. He wants to commit to engaging, and he does have a strong army. Never forget that, but
Golden has a 60 supply lead now.
And he's got more Banelings on the way. He's got the better composition. His Mutalisk count is starting to get pretty terrifying as well. Right now he's at 25.
The Banelings alone should be able to deal with his army. They are only Marines. Not enough Widow Mines. He's building 3 at a time now. Spine Crawlers in the main base, making sure that those drops are not as damaging as they could be.
And here we go. The attack is on. Noblesse is desperate here. He needs to start getting his Widow Mines burrowed. Oh, the Mutas, though, getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Yeah. And here come the Banelings, though!
Banelings moving in. The Mutalisks are picking up the Medivacs as they should. That's the most important part here for them. Oh, but the hits were really good, and defense is decent. All those siege tanks with good shots against the Banelings.
Yeah, he takes out a lot of the Zerglings as well, and the split against the Banes is excellent.
That was a really decent engagement here for Noblesse, doing a lot of damage against this army. Only a 40 supply difference now in overall supply, but still Golden, of course, way ahead of his opponent.
Noblesse would have been much better off if his 2-2 had finished before that attack happened, but it's not. And even though he holds here, he still doesn't have a 4th base, and there's no way he's going to take one anytime soon, whereas Golden has had the 4th up for so long, he can take a 5th base if he wants to, even at this point, because he has the control over the map. Noblesse wants to take it from him.
Yeah. He definitely could take a 5th base now, and he should also get the go straight to hive tech by now. That's something that he should really do, even though it's looking good for him. Preparing for the late game with a hive tech would be a good choice.
Those Marines were sentenced to death by a spine crawler.
The siege tanks are gone.
Yeah, they're all gone, and there's way too much here. Noblesse trying to hold on.
The main base is exposed. The Baneling is busting their way up into the main. Up the ramp. Contaminate going down on the starport here. And this is just way too much. 77 supply against 140. The bank still going strong for Golden.
And Golden, he will be advancing in Code A. He's going to take out the last medevac here. Well, the last medevac that was actually doing anything. The other two are kind of flying around, healing SCVs while they die.
Noblesse not strong enough to take down the StarTale player. In the level 11 opening allowed him to take down the expansion of Golden. But the counter, that's something he was not prepared for.
GG, Noblesse falls, and Golden is victorious. This was a pretty dominating performance by Golden, just having every lead and running with it.
The second game in particular was dominated by mind games from both players, and Golden building both structures at natural. You know, he realized earlier that he was already scouted once, so he tried to build the two structures there, already went into his Spire too, and then the scan comes in, Golden realizes it, cancels, Hydra Den and Roach Warren commits completely to Ling Muta Baneling, and it worked out so well because Noblesse built siege tanks. He did, you know, if actually Golden had committed to Roach Hydra, he would have run into a wall, he would have died immediately.
Yeah.
But suddenly Noblesse was looking at it, was like, what? You have Mutalisks? You don't have a single Roach on a single Hydra? What just happened?
Golden was also very patient in this game. He could have gone in and killed him with a bunch of Banelings early on if he wanted to. But he was like, no, this is too risky. What if you have bunkers ready? If you have a wall? It turned out to be the case. So he was just being very patient, played the late game. Also, in the mid game, he could have done a few attacks with Lings and Banelings and maybe ended the game, but he was like, no, I'll take a fourth here. I'll get my Spire. I'm going to get the Mutas out. Obviously, that was a switch of his idea with the Hydras, but he could have gone for the Hydra attack as well. A lot of options for him.
Yeah, very nice play here by both players. I would say it was a bit more scrappy than the series that we've seen before. But at the same time, also the mind games that were going on here were just incredible. And this just shows that you always have to have the scouting information. Noblesse didn't necessarily play bad, he just acted on the wrong information. So he prepared for the wrong strategies, and Golden, he completely capitalized on his abilities to mind game his opponent. We're heading into the fourth series, which is going to be the last series, of course, of our early session today here at the WCS Challenger League. Before we do that, we head into another 5-minute break, so see you guys in a few minutes here at the GSL Korea.